Hi everyone, welcome to Tangle Time Arts. Today we are working on day 13 of the Advent Tangles calendar, the one from MZ Creates. The information's in the description and you can request a free download. I put mine together on cardstock so that it's easy to refer to. And today we are looking at the Tangle Fanning by Sunali Shah. This one's different, and I'm going to do a little variation on it. Instead of a straight line, I'm going to use a curved line. So let's get started. I'm using basic tools. I'm trying to keep everything basic, but I do have a tan tile today. Instead of a white one, but if you have a white one, that is awesome. I have a basic black pen. I'm using an apprentice pen. I have a number 2 pencil, a tortillon, and I don't know if I'm going to need it or not, but I do have a white chalk pencil and a tortillon specifically for the white chalk pencil. And I also do have some gel pens in different colors today. So we'll see how that turns out. All right. So I am going to start by taking my pencil and instead of the straight line in the step out, I'm going to do a curved line from corner to corner. And it's just a gentle curve like that. And then I'm going to take my pen and the rest of it is going to follow pretty closely to the step outs provided by MZ Creates. So along this line, I'm kind of going to aura that. All the way down. And then I'm going to start by making these L shapes. And you want to try to keep both sides roughly the same length. Like that. And then we're going to skip a little bit. And make another L shape. We're going to come back down. And all the while we are making an aura of the S shape as well as we go along. So that's kind of a lot to think about. But just take it slow and work your way along step by step. All right. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side. I'm going to aura that S shape all the way down. And then it might be easier to rotate the tile and work on the same side as we did. And I kind of like to start in the middle here where we have a gap. On the flip side, I'm going to do, it's kind of like a backwards L. And then where we have this line going up here, I'm going to skip. So it's not exactly the mirror, it's offset a little bit. And then we'll come back here. So our gap is where this kind of stem-like thing comes off of the piece. All right, and then once we have that, we are going to draw little curves, kind of almost like the start of crescent moon, if you're familiar with that tangle. And I'm kind of matching it up across the aisle there. And the little crescent moon kind of goes in the elbow of the L shape. And the same on the other side. So just like we kind of followed over there, I'm taking the same idea over to here. So starting here, it's like going over to there. And as you can see, this would come across here. And it kind of goes back and forth. I like to do it this way just to make it a little more consistent. All right. So now I'm going to refer to the step out. So in the step out, she actually makes these dotted lines, but not with a pen. That's just to visualize what we need to do next. So the dotted line would kind of be along here. I'm going to use a pencil to kind of help us visualize where she had her dotted lines. I'm just going to do one with a pencil so that we can visualize how far to go out. So you want to kind of stay along that pencil line, or she used a dotted line. And we're going to do that for each of these. And 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to be consistent and do 4, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just keep filling that in as best as you can. Sometimes you have to make a little adjustment if you need to. And I'm going to rotate this so that it's easier for me to work on. And we're going to do the same thing on this other side. And then once you have that finished, and this is a really fun step, we are just going to put a point on each section. If you would prefer, you could do a curved line so it's more petal-like, but the step out has a point, so I'm going to do that as well. Sometimes with this tangle, you get a little overlap like I got there, and that's fine. Just adds character. This is another new tangle for me to learn as well. So I'm kind of learning with you. And we do the same on the other side. You can start anywhere along that row that you'd like. I don't always work in order. I don't know why, but that's just kind of how I am. All right, that's about as far as we can go with that. At this point, you could do some shading, but I'm going to add a little more detail in there. I think first I am actually going to, let's see, let's aura around the tangle so that we can add another tangle. I'm going to do the same on the other side. All right, cool. And I'm going to leave that for now. And I am going to actually, on second thought, I'm going to go back to my black pen and I'm going to add a little detail here. I'm just going to aura inside each of the curves. And I'll do the same on the other side as well. Just gives it a nice extra detail there. All right, cute. And then I think I will move on to our second tangle. We're just going to do one of the very basic ones called Florz, which is one of the Zentangle originals. We're just going to put a grid in with our black pen. Kind of following that over. Trying to have our spacing consistent. And then I'm going to rotate my tile and finish my grid other way. Trying to be consistent all the way across. And don't worry about your lines being straight. All right, so we have our grid in place there. Now I think I'm going to take one of the gel pens and I'm going to add a little details here. I have a brown, sparkly brown one, and we're going to see how that looks. I'm just going to fill in this center line that we got. Just to add a little bit of interest. I was thinking, and I might try it some other time, actually in this line where we're putting the color, you could actually go down there and put in some orbs all the way down. That would be kind of cool. All right, we added a little color to that. And then I am going to take, it's kind of an orange one, and I'm going to add a little detail just for each petal. And instead of orange, you might have chosen pink or blue, whatever color speaks to you. Or you could even go in with the black pen. That's fine too. That side done. Now I'm going to work on the other side. We're down at the bottom there. Just fits. There we go. And then I'm going to take, I have a sparkly black one, but you could just use the regular black ink as well. And I'm going to fill in actually these areas. I'm just taking my time and working my way down. I'm going to rotate because I find it easier to work on the left side of that. All right, and now we're going to take our black pen, whether it's a regular black pen or a sparkly one. It doesn't matter. That's totally up to you. We're going to finish our Florz tangle, and all you do is anywhere there's an intersection, you're going to put a diamond, and I am going to fill those in. But you might choose to leave it like that, and that's totally fine. I just feel like I'd like to fill them in today. So we're just working our way along. And in this area, because actually there would be probably a line here, I'm just going to add half diamonds. And then I'm going to rotate so that it's easier for me to work on it and come back over here. We kind of have the same situation here where there would probably be a line. So I'm going to do the half diamonds along here as well. All right, so we have something that looks nice and sparkly, a lot of interest. I am now going to do a little bit of shading, and I think I will use the chalk pencil. If you don't have a chalk pencil, you can shade with the regular number 2 pencil. And all I'm doing is adding a little bit of shading to each corner, but I'm being consistent, and I've chosen to have the shading in the lower right. You don't have to press very hard with a chalk pencil. And again, up here, I'm going to keep the shading the same in the lower right. That's about it. You can, if you would like, with a pencil or a chalk pencil, you can add a little bit of shading along these lower petals. Just a touch of shading. Don't really need a lot. All right. And then I have a separate tortillon for when I work with a white chalk pencil, because if I used my regular tortillon, which already has the graphite on it, If I use that on the white chalk pencil, it's going to turn the white chalk gray. So I always keep this separate, and I actually mark the tortillon with a WH for white, so that I don't get it mixed up with my other tortillon. And I'm just going to smooth that in a little bit so that it doesn't look so rough. It looks smoother. And then I'm also gonna go along that line. And go back here and come along there. And that's it. This is a cute, it's very different. It's really cute. And it makes a really cute border that you could put in your other pieces. We need to add our initials, our top. So I'm going to take the regular black pen and just find an area where I'd like to put my initials. And sometimes I like to rotate the tile just to find the right spot. And I think I am going to tuck my initials in here. Like that. That's cute. I like it with the tan tile and the brown and the orange colors. It's really nice. Good job, everyone. And don't forget to turn it over, and on the back, we are going to commemorate the occasion by putting your name and the date. And this was Advent Tangles Day 13. And the tangles that we used were Fanning by Sunali Shah. Sorry, that's an H. And Florz by Zentangle Headquarters. Okay, sweet. I hope you enjoyed working on these tangles and trying this with a curved line instead of a straight line, because I think it really looks cool with the curved line. Thank you for joining me. I've had a fun time doing this demo with you. If this demo was helpful to you, I hope you'll click subscribe and join me for more of these. Thank you, everyone. Love you guys. Bye-bye.